I'm sure all of us would agree that we are a function of our relationships. The success of our life is dependent on the quality of the relationships we have, be it with our parents, with our siblings, with our neighbors, with our colleagues, with our classmates, or anybody we interact with. So if there is not harmony in any of our close relationships, it has a huge impact on our ability to be the best we can be. So especially, all of us have seen this intergenerational sort of conflict. A lot of our young people these days are in a conflict with the generation of their parents, and oftentimes, the children want to do something, but then the parents want them to do something else, and we see these kinds of conflicts are very common, and not everybody is able to resolve them in the best possible way. So today we'll spend a few minutes exploring how to manage relationships in the best possible way, and what methods to use to resolve conflicts. So thanks for tuning in. Welcome again to Imagine Success podcast, and my name is Fayaz. Thank you very much for commenting, liking, subscribing, and sharing, and all the appreciation. And so man is a social animal. I'm sure all of us have heard this in one way or the other, and that is really very true. I mean, we are a function of our relationships. As I said, the quality of our relationships will determine the quality of our life, and the quality of what we are able to do and how successful we can be. So our relationships, particularly our close relationships within our family, with our parents, siblings, spouse, and then extending to your neighbors, your colleagues, your boss, or your subordinates, or your classmates, your teachers. All of those relationships that the people we have to interact with, have to be harmonious. And if there is conflict in any of those, then it becomes very hard for us to be the best that we can be. So, and again, relationships is again, like many other subjects we talk about in this podcast, is a huge subject, and tons of books and resources are available if we want to explore it, and we can go on talking about it and exploring them and we will never sort of run out of things to talk about. So, but because we want to keep these podcasts short and useful, so we will use a particular method that could be used as an example. I mean, you can follow that method as it is, but you can also adapt it to your needs. So, and managing relationships also involves, your mindset, or your ability to communicate with others. And we have talked about those things in other videos, so please do also go through them. So the method that I have found very useful in my experience to manage my own relationships and have harmony in any and all of our relationships is to understand that for every relationship there are these 6 areas that you need to understand and manage. In another way, you can look at these 6 areas as 6 fuel tanks that have to have fuel to for in any relationship to have harmony in that relationship and to make that relationship fruitful for everybody involved. So the first area I would say is the area of safety and security, because that is in my understanding, the first primary thing we desire and need from a relationship. That this feeling of safety and security, that of trust, that this person is dependable, that whenever I need this person will be there to help me. And it will vary depending on the kind of relationship you have. For example, within the family there's a different degree of safety and security you need, and in a friend circle there's a different degree of safety security you need, with your colleagues there's a different degree of safety and security you will need. So safety and security, I think, is the first need and desire. So that is the first tank, and then along with that is the second area, that is this need and desire for adventure, for novelty, for new experience. So every relationship, while it provides you stability, security, and dependability, but at the same time it has to offer you something new, so that you have something novel to experience, something new to talk about, something to look forward to in the relationship. And then the third area is love and connection. So you have to have this feeling that the person understands you. You have to understand the person, and you have to care for the person, and you have to have the feeling that the other person also cares for you. So there has to be this love and connection, a deep connection with the person. And then significance can be understood as something like, whenever, for example, you make a decision or you are trying to do something new, so you sort of discuss it with the other person, or you share it with the other person. So you share your deep thinking with the other person, you share your ideas with the other person, and this other person also does the same with you, so that you feel important, you feel significant, and connected to that is the fifth area, which is the contribution. So you contribute to other person's life, and with your resources, with your thoughts, with your ideas, by sharing, by listening, and by doing things together. And connected to that again is the sixth area, which is growth. So you help each other grow. So if any of these things is sort of missing, then often times the relationship is not holistic or very fulfilling. So the six fuel tanks, the six areas: safety, security, certainty, dependability, and then novelty, adventure, variety, and then love and a deep connection, then significance, and then contribution and growth. So when we understand that, and it helps us not only understand our relationship and with other people and with each other, but it can also help us resolve conflicts if there are conflicts in our close relationships. As I was saying, in a lot of our young people are right now finding themselves in conflict with their parents. The children want to do something and it seems logical to them, but the parents are not supportive. And if you are caught in a conflict like that, or in a situation like that, so it might be because parents are not feeling safe and secure and certain. They might be feeling that you are making your own decisions and we are not considering them in your decision making, and you might abandon them in the future. So that's why they might be resisting you making your own decisions or you making that particular decision. Or for example, they might not be feeling significant because you have not, discussed the idea with them in enough detail. You are just telling them that I want to do this, but you have not explained to them the process of your decision making. So you have to communicate with them in a way and manner that they feel that they are part of your thinking, they are part of your decision making, and that they are significant, playing a significant role in your decision making. So or it could be other areas depending upon how they are behaving. So if you understand that there are these 6 different needs from a relationship, and there are these 6 areas that you need to nurture in a relationship, and so then you will be able to sort of navigate better and address those, and in other words, fuel those fuel tanks that are sort of lacking fuel, or those are the needs that are not being fulfilled. So you can try and communicate in a way and manner that helps them overcome those feelings and feel that they are part of your decision making. So oftentimes, I mean, it's not about the logic, but it's about the way and manner in which you are going about things, and it's about the way you are communicating with your parents or with whoever the conflict is with. So if you understand relationships using this lens, and I'm sure, and you can adapt it to your needs, as I said, but if you basically follow this formula, it will help you one, harmonize all of your relationships, make all of your relationships better and harmonious and more fulfilling, and it can also help you resolve the existing conflicts that you might be faced with. I hope you found that useful. Thanks very much for tuning in. Thank you also for commenting, sharing, and subscribing, and for all the appreciation. And if you find yourself in a particularly difficult situation in any of your relationships, and that you are not able to resolve, please do get in touch. And we have several programs through which we help people. Also, in case you are having trouble in any other area of your life, be it your education, your career, your finances, or your health, so we have special modules to help you develop each area of your life, and particularly the success mindset, the growth mindset that is required to become successful in life. So do get in touch, and all the best, and until next time, take good care.